So, you guys see this dude, right? Right? We all know who he is. We all love to look at him. We all think he's pretty hot, right? Well, consider this video a sort of a lost video, as in it's probably only going to be like, it's supposed to be like 5 minutes, but knowing me, I talk constantly, so it'll end up probably being like 10 minutes. And that's because this video was meant to be about fixing my Dan Heng. And you're probably wondering, what's wrong with your Dan Heng? Well, if you saw the previous video, which was about fixing my March 7th, the goal was to make her playable. Playable as in, if she could help clear a level of the Forgotten Hall, then I would consider her fixed. And that's like the only criteria. Literally, that means like by any means necessary. And if you saw the video, you would know that my March 7th had level 0 relics. All of them. Every single relic, level 0. Her traces weren't even maxed out. She wasn't even maxed out. She was level 76. But you know what she did? She helped clear a level in the Forgotten Hall. The only issue is that March 7 started from level 50 and went up to level 80. Dan Heng won't be the same. And I call this a lost episode because previously what was intended was that Dan Heng was going to be the first character that I fix. But that didn't work out too well. As you can see, he's already level 80 out of 80. As you can see here, his light cone is also already level 80 out of 80, and it is S4, meaning I've acquired 4 other copies of this particular light cone. Now if we go down to his traces are maxed out to some extent. To some, we're not going to worry too much about those. It's just not. Do we really need, well, maybe. Anyway, he is maxed out on traces to some extent. If you look at his relics, they could be better. Definitely could be a lot better. But I have made it so that these are the best possible relics that he could get. And trust me, I did a lot of digging around and a lot of farming to acquire those relics. And next he is E4, I believe, yes. So if he was E5, I would get those extra 2 levels, but you know, it's okay. I'll get another Dan Heng eventually. And so yeah. He's fixed everything. I've seen him in action. And if you don't believe me, I can show you him in action. What are we gonna do? We're gonna throw Dan Heng, Blade. I said them in the wrong order, but you know, you get the idea. If I had my Dr. Ratio and if he wasn't level 1, God, I would love to put him on that team. But are there any? It's level 68, so it's kind of like a throw. Okay, Sushang. We'll throw Sushang on there. And then this one, what is it? Okay. You know what? This is a great chance to put March 7th on the field too. Even better. See, this is great, guys. I'm glad we're doing this. I'm glad I'm proving to you that my Dan Heng is fixed, even though that's kind of like not what this video is about. Well, it is. This video is about the fact that I messed up. You see, I messed up big time because I didn't know what I wanted to do. I didn't know, oh, I'll just show you guys how Dan Heng works and I'll give you a little showcase of what my Dan Heng looks like. But when I was doing that, it turned out that I was severely lacking in competence and my preparation skills. If you've seen the March 7th video, you'd know they suck. Absolutely. Like, they're just terrible. Oh wait, sorry. We're supposed to be looking at Dan Heng and how great he is because he is fixed to some degree. The relics are still a little iffy, but my history with relics are just not good. He hit for 7k. That's great. I haven't seen his ult though. Oh, he went again. He went for 3k, I think. And then Blade's gonna finish the job. Oh, there's 2 waves. Okay, we get to see more Dan Heng. In case you don't believe me, which I'm sure you do. He hit 4k, well, 4.7k. I'm trying to see his ult. Okay, we're about to see. Here's the proof. 7.7k. That's decent damage for Dan Heng. We all know that. He's the hunt path, he's a win unit. Like, he can only do so much damage on a single target. Oh, see, he just broke 15k! See, look. Well, that's also like, I think they're buffed. No, I think it's his own buff, actually. Even better. See, he just hit for 15k. Anyway, like I said, my Dan Heng is fixed. But the point of this video is to admit that I totally messed up and that my lack of preparation skills is what forced me into the position of which I recorded a Dan Heng video 3 times now, 2 of which had to be completely scrapped because I was not ready, and it just, by the second time around, I just didn't really see the point, honestly. But I'm here today to tell you that he's fixed. I fixed him up real nice. And he was the first 4-star that I ever fixed, and I plan on fixing more of them. Because, like I said, the goal is to make them playable and usable in the Forgotten Hall. This is Dan Heng. I'm gonna show him off real quick. As you can see, level 80 out of 80. And his stats, he's got, well, actually, hold on. You can see he has 2.8k HP, he has 1.9k attack, pretty much 2,000 attack, 857 defense, 130 speed, and the crit ratio is 18.6% to 85.6%, which is not bad. It could, well, the ratio itself, oh my gosh, every time I talk about stupid ratio, I always say the same thing. It's like, the ratio isn't bad. No, that plus 20 speed is actually crazy. I think he has the most speed out of all of my characters. Maybe, I'm not sure. His break effect is 34.3%, and his effect hit rate is 19%. The wind damage boost is 32.2%. However, I do believe that when he's when he's on the field, oh, his crit rate increases. Hold on. It increases by 21%. So I take that back. Let's look at that. So if it's 18.6% plus 21, that's a whopping 39.6%. So he's pretty much critting like 1/3 of the time, I believe. No, this, I always read this wrong, but he crits a 39.6% rate, and the damage is 85.6%. So that's pretty good. That's actually like really good. Okay, cool beans. So we worked that out. Anything else? I think that's it. Those are the traces. Let's read what his traces do. So his skill, it deals wind damage equal to 286% of his attack to a single enemy. On a crit hit, there's a 100% base chance to reduce the target's speed by 12% per 2 turns. So basically, he does a lot of wind damage. That's like a percentage of his attack, obviously. And if it crits, then the enemy, their speed is reduced by 12% for the next 2 turns. Cool beans. That's the skill. His ultimate, it deals wind damage equal to 400% of Dan Heng's attack to a single enemy, and the enemy is slowed. The ultimate's damage multiplier increases by 120%. So I think, okay, so I think what the thing is with the attack pattern is that you would do the skill, And if he has energy for his ult, then you would perform the ult, because it would do the most damage. Because you have a chance of doing 520% more damage on top of the damage on top of the 286% damage that you do prior to that, which is actually pretty cool. That's a lot of damage. And then his basic attack deals wind damage equal to 110% of his attack to a single enemy, which is, basic attack. That's why it's basic. And then his talent is when Dan Heng is the target of an ally's ability, his next attack's wind resistance what? I don't know. Increases by 36%. This effect can be triggered again. What is res pin? Is it? Wait, I actually don't know. Hold on. Hold the phone. Hold the phone. I was just there. What's the res pin? Oh, wait a minute. He goes again after he defeats someone with his ultimate? That's actually pretty cool. I don't know what res pin is. I'll figure it out eventually. It's not too important, I guess. But so okay, I actually want to test that out now. Now that I've read about that, I kind of wanna. Where are we going? Who should I put him in the team with? Who would boost? As you can see, I don't play support, which is kind of why I suck at the game. So none of my supports are leveled, and I just, goodness, there's just no way around that. Actually, here, I'll do March and Sushang. So March can keep him shielded, and Sushang can provide tank damage and just be tank in general. I don't know. Where should we test this out at? Okay. Too late to repent. So okay. So as you can see, his ult is almost charged. So if I hit with the skill, oh, he killed him anyway. That didn't work. Why is the thing so weak? Well, maybe Dan Heng is just really strong. I don't know. That's annoying. Whatever. Kill him. Thanks. Well, okay. Well, theoretically, if Dan Heng hadn't killed the thing in one shot, then I'm pretty sure if I were to hit him with the ult right after and he would have killed the thing, we would have seen big numbers. That's probably what we were seeing earlier in the video, when they were going through Forgotten Hall. He had hit with his skill and then he followed up with his ultimate, and I don't know if he killed anyone. I think he did actually, because he went again. So yeah, so we saw that in the first half of the video, and I didn't even realize it. But he did hit for a lot of damage. I think he maxed out 15k, which is a lot. And so I think that's when all of his talents, when all of his traces and his boost are in effect. So that's cool. That's cool beans, actually. But yeah, anyway, I fixed my Dan Heng. So the title of this video will be not fixing my Dan Heng, but I fixed my Dan Heng. And yeah, so there's that. My thoughts on Dan Heng. He is I mean, if he's built right, like I said, mine again doesn't have maxed out relics. I'm pretty sure if he did have maxed out relics, he'd be hitting probably 10k plus with a regular base hit, no crit. And I think that's pretty good. As a wind unit, he could totally be usable in the Forgotten Hall. As you saw before, I used him in the Forgotten Hall even though it was level 68 enemies. It doesn't matter. he just, showed that he was playable and able to help me get 3 stars. With that being said, it's hard to say whether or not he would be useful for other people. I would believe that, like, if you have Blade and you've experienced the Blade experience, the Blade carry as I like to call it, then you'd kind of be like, well, there's no point to using Dan Heng. I already have the best wind unit in the game. And you would be right, as far as I'm concerned. Don't quote me on that. But I still think Dan Heng can be useful if there are certain circumstances in which you need to split up your wind units and you can't funnel them all into the same level, or like the same half of the Forgotten Hall. And I'm saying this without mentioning the fact that Sampo is there. I think the thing is that Sampo and Dan Heng have two different they're two different playstyles, of course, but they're useful for two different things. As you've probably seen in if you've done Kafka's playtests, or just any rounds with Kafka as a trial character, usually Sampo is right there with her, especially in her demo. I'm pretty sure Sampo's there with her too, and that's because he's mostly useful for DOT, whereas Dan Heng doesn't split up his damage. His damage is direct and focused onto one person. And so they have different uses for different reasons. And oh my gosh, his idol is so cool. I love him so much. But so Dan Heng, I believe, would be the best choice for bosses and singular enemies. And then Sampo would just be good for groups, large waves of enemies. Because like I said, they serve two different purposes. And Sampo's more of a support, a DOT support, because all he inflicts is wind DOT. And like I said prior to, if you had the Blade experience, or the Blade carry, you wouldn't necessarily need Sampo, but Dan Heng would still be useful. If that makes any sense. Plus, Blade and Kafka on the same team, bro. Woo. Dream team. Anyway, yeah, so I recommend using Dan Heng and maxing him out because he is pretty useful at the end of the day, but all the characters are useful in their own ways, so am I really saying anything new? I don't think so. But yeah, this video went on a lot longer than it was supposed to, but I had a lot to say. There's a lot going on, woohoo. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed the video. Next up should be Herta if I, get all my stuff together, but it's gonna take a while for that, so there's gonna be some more stuff in between, casual, fun stuff, the usual. But yeah. If you like this video, please feel free to like and subscribe, and I will see you next time. Bye bye.